you work in the University of Art and Design, and you are as a senior researcher in a creative leadership project right now.
Yes.
Leading or sharing very interesting workshop called Everyday Creativity and User Innovations. Can you tell me what were the main topics you were discussing about in this workshop?
Well, it was a very interesting workshop because we had very different presentations.
Oh, you too?
Yes. And we had discussions telling very concrete examples and presentations that went to the theory of semiosis. So we had a presentation about human-driven design, and we had a presentation about fuzzy and agile management, and as I said, a very theoretical presentation about Charles Peirce and his semiosis, theory of semiosis, which was another basis for cultural innovation, how culture innovates, and then a presentation by me about everyday creativity.
Any topic that was common to all?
I think fuzziness was common to all, and not just meaning that everybody was a bit fuzzy, but meaning that if you look at everyday creativity, then the fuzziness of cultural habits and of semiosis, of signification, of meaning, of ways of managing, these all contain the possibility of innovation. Otherwise, if we had, strictly functioning structures, there would be no room for further innovation and change.
So does this mean that you can't rule strict processes or creative processes at all?
I would say you can't. I think ruling will stop them cold, but managing might be possible, just making them, you have to balance by driving to, or making them proceed towards the direction and yet making possible innovation.
So there was something common, this human factor or human-driven processes of design or human-centered design.
Yeah.
What does it have to do with the creativity or innovations?
Well, if we were all looking at it from the everyday context, so it's pretty natural that then you take a look on not just those who are by profession innovators, but how everybody within the context of their lived life innovate during their doing tasks and performing habitual things. That everyday creativity comes forth by human beings. Although I have to say that in the semiosis discussion we did, take a jump to also non-human semiosis, but that was an interesting addition.
Oh, please tell more.
Well, it seems that according to this Peircean semiosis, theory of semiosis, science and semiosis is not only a human factor or faculty, but all live beings have science. They see meanings, or this is my word, meanings. They see science and they communicate somehow. So all life communicates.
They are interpreted.
Interpreted,
yes.
Yes, and then taken further, leading to some action.
You, like others, also have presentations from very, very varied backgrounds and very, very different disciplines and from different universities and faculties.
Yeah.
So did you find common language in your workshop?
Yes, I think there were surprising instances of common language. like two people remained there afterwards to talk about the semiosis, and I wouldn't have guessed it. And I also think that it's interesting to see the same phenomenon from so different perspectives, because then it stops being a fixed phenomenon, but you see it starts to breathe somehow. The thing that you are looking at, everyday creativity, and you can see that there's still something to be done about it, that having done this presentation didn't end up the conversation about it, but we can take it on. And I think that was pretty much the sentiment of the presentations and of the discussion and how I felt the workshop.
Thank you, Taina.
Thank you.